Today we're talking about producing your film. A producer is someone who deals with finances, finds locations, and negotiates with the cast and crew. Today we have our producer for Off the Record, Ric Viers. Ric, what goes into being a good producer?
I think producing is about managing your resources. Whether it's time or money or crew or locations, you're the one that has like the bird's eye view. You're the one that's in charge of everything.
What were your biggest challenges when creating Off the Record?
The biggest challenge for us was time. We had 3 weeks to line up the locations with Full Sail, to write the script. We had cast and crew that were coming in from out of state. It was making it happen in a short amount of time, and I think we did it, fairly well.
Now, a majority of your job starts with pre-production and planning, but what are the types of things you do on an actual shooting day?
When we're actually on location, my primary job as a producer is to solve problems before they become problems. For example, Off the Record, we had 4 days to shoot. Well, guess what? One of those days we got rained out. What do? We have to improvise. So that meant we were watching the radar, watching the weather schedules before that day, knowing, okay, we might get rained out. What do we do?
So we're gonna call it audible, all right? We knew this was gonna happen. We could have planned for this.
The storm is really coming in pretty hard, so we have no choice but to move indoors. Thankfully, I wrote the script in such a way that if this did happen, we had interior locations we could switch to and shoot while we were waiting for the rain. So that's what we're doing right now.
What do you normally do in situations like this?
I don't know. I've never been tied to a guy in a dress before.
Really? This is like my third time.
Why did you get into producing? Like, what made you want to thrust yourself into the producer role?
I like making movies. I've been making movies since I was 15 years old. So if you're a filmmaker and you're the one making the movie, you're the producer. Even if it's just you and your iPhone, if you're shooting the movie and you're the one that's making the decisions, guess what? You're now the producer. A producer is not the MVP or the star player or the quarterback on the team. In fact, the producer is actually the coach. He's not even on the field. He's the one that's motivating and giving the game plan to the team.
You're making sure everyone has all the tools they need so they can start working on the movie.
Your job is to arm the crew with everything they need to succeed.
Thanks, Ric. In our next episode, we're going to be talking about storyboards and why it's important to put your shots on paper before putting it on the screen.
That was perfect. That's it.
To learn more about producing, you can pick up the book Producer to Producer, published by Michael Wiese Productions.